jetpack to the moon and back.
Nifty 50. Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Trying to find... Alex, do you know what I'm referencing? There's like that... There was an Annie musical recently. I think it was Netflix, maybe. People took one of the songs and they put the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor over it. And it like matches. Anyway, I can't find it. I've been sitting here looking for it and I can't find it. Anyway. Let me lower the music. And then let me double check. Okay. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and move over here. Welcoming everybody. How are you today? How's it going? Lathan, you're here first. Welcome in. Welcome back. Yemit, hello. How are you? How's it going? Sassy with the 50 months. Wild. Nifty 50. That is wild. Isn't that also a Schoolhouse Rock song? Or something like that? United States or something? But Sassy, welcome in. How was your day? I know I saw a little bit of it. Emmers, welcome in. Hello. I know it is probably very late. Magical, hello. It's actually very late for almost all of you. Bear, hello. How's it going? It's a hard shop life for us. It is. 50 nifty United States and 13 original colonies. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, isn't that something? I was like, oh, it's 50 nifty. That's why I'm getting confused. Twitch is acting up? What's it doing? What would it be doing? I think you said something about mash. Yeah, so there was like a there was a Annie musical recently, like on Netflix maybe. It's some like production or like movie production of it. And there's like a scene where people take it and they put other music on top of it, and it kind of matches. And I remember there's one where it's the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. That's why I said that. Because you're referencing Annie. I was misreferencing Annie. Anyway. Had an interesting day. Found out my mom's foot is eating itself. What, Bear? That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Is she at the hospital? Oh yeah, and I tried searching for it while we had a couple of minutes left on the ads, and I could not find it. But I know it exists. And it's like, it's funny how much it like matches. But what's weird is when I search for Annie Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. What, is that maybe not the name of the song? Let the Bodies... The song's called Bodies. Annie musical. Let me see if I can... Maybe search for a mashup? No. I know it exists. It's a thing. And it's like all the orphans are like running down a hallway, and there's some of them are doing like head spins, like I don't know what you'd call that. Like breakdancing head spins. Like, and it's just like, anyway. It fits, and I can't, maybe, hold on. Let me try one more time. Let me try TikTok. I didn't try the talk. I never tried the talk. TBH. Annie musical Bodies. I have to log in? It's not happening. It's producing so much water. What? I've never heard of that before, Bear. That is wild. So is she at the hospital or the doctor? Are they going to do something? Some kind of procedure? Yemen is currently on a 160 stream streak. 160, Yemen. That is wild. That is let's see, hold on. You were almost halfway to the other goal. Or wait, no. Wait, I'm thinking of the other thing. My brain is broken. You're doing great, Yemet. Thank you. Thank you for being here. At 200, at a 200 stream streak, you get when I do the raid screen thing, your person will have another special thing. I wrapped it up super tight. Anything adding that's moisture would just make... Ah, interesting. Okay, wow. Yeah, I hope she gets better soon. Yeah, sorry, my brain is broken. I've been a bit stressed today. She's up and down. She always gets better and then gets worse, but thank you. No, I hope things get better for her. But what have you guys been up to today? Alex, Yimit Bear, Magical Sassy, Lathan, Kielbasa. Ooh, that sounds nom 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 nom. I've not had kielbasa in forever. But that sounds nom nom. Yesterday, well, for those that don't know, yesterday we reached our stretch goal where we get to do a Lego stream. And I have never owned a Lego set before. Never owned anything officially Lego. But I have placed an order. So I ordered an Animal Crossing set. So we will do that on stream at some point. And I will also do Sassy, like a couple years ago, sent me a Psyduck, like a block build set, and so I'll probably do both of those. Making an omelet, ooh. How many? What do you put anything in your omelet? How many eggs? How many eggs to make an omelet? Still working on schedules, currently using the full schedule we made to make individual teaching schedules to make sure it still works. Yeesh, Sassy. That is wild that this is coming up to the last minute, you know? That they like that, and it's a school problem, like that they, you know, didn't have this figured out beforehand. You have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Every chef will tell you that. But look what happened to the cook. Clue reference. 3-egg omelet, sweet potato, corn, capsicum, and peas. I don't want the peas, but they're in the packet. One, I'm gonna sneeze. Two, that sounds wonderful. Bless. Thank you, Bear. Wanted to be more Spanishy. I like it. That sounds delicious. Bless you. Thank you, Madrigal. I like a good omelet. I don't eat egg that often, but I do like, not in this economy. But I do like an omelet. And I like that. I bet that tastes very nom nom. I'm also not a big peas fan, but I get a lot of like because I make a lot of food in crock pots, and what I'll do is I'll get the frozen veggie bags, and I'll use that for most of the veggies typically. And sometimes they come with peas, and I'm not a fan. Or like I'll order one that doesn't have peas, but because I typically get my groceries delivered to me, I'll order one that doesn't have the peas in it, but then they'll be out of the one that I wanted, so they give me that one. I'm like, it's not the same. It tastes different. It has a very distinct taste, but anyway. I want to make some authentic Mexican tacos next dinner, but the prices have gone up for the ingredients. Ruh-roh. Yeah, that seems to be a thing. Groceries going up. Like peas, it just doesn't match the flavor I'm going for. That's fair. They're not my favorite. I think in the right thing, it could be good, but yeah. I just love spicy things too, so I would put like some jalapenos in there. Get it spicy. Are you a spice fan, Alex? I feel like you might be. Peas are definitely my least favorite. Cauliflower and broccoli are top tier. I like broccoli. Cauliflower? I don't know about cauliflower. Cauliflower sus. I've never been. I like broccoli because they look like tiny trees. Cauliflower. What's wrong with this tree? Why is this a ghost tree? You know? That's what I wonder. That's my question. Somewhat. So you like maybe some spice, just not very spicy? Or what's the qualification? There's snow-covered tree. No, I disagree. Snow-covered trees are when I leave my broccoli bags in the freezer for too long and they're freezer burned. I'm just not really a fan of cauliflower. I don't know. I don't know. There are worse things. There are worse things than cauliflower, but they're not on my top. They're not on the top of the list. Like what? Peanut butter. Pickles. That's good. I feel like I've probably told this story before, but I worked at this one place, and I did like some design and work stuff, web design stuff for this one lady. She had like a small shop, and she was like just making conversation, and she asked me what kind of food I like, and I said something about that I liked pizza, and she was like, "Oh, I love pizza. I made a pizza yesterday. I used like and I know people like this. I know people do this, but she was like, I made like the crust was fully made out of cauliflower. Like it was gluten-free. I also made breadsticks made out of cauliflower." And I was like to me, that just sounds like a very difficult salad. You know? It's just a very complicated salad to me. But anyway, that's what I think of when I think of pickles. I agree with, pizza. Cauliflower. What? My brain is broken. I agree with pickles. Yeah, I'm not a pickles fan. Pickles are gross. No offense to people who like pickles. So pickles dipped in peanut butter would be an irony. Oh, do people do that? Please tell me no. Pickles also, they infect everything. Like, you can't just, like, when people are like, oh, just pick it off. If you don't like pickles, just pick them off. People do that? What? No, why would you? To be fair, there are plenty of terrible people in the world. I think it's common pregnancy craving. I've never heard that, but I'm also not one to be pregnant, so Pickles, yeah, the pickles leave a stain that cannot be undone. Much like my past. But anyway, you see, that's gonna be the type of jokes you get if we get to that 5-minute comedy routine, plus then the if we get the additional goal of me doing like a after dark comedy, black humor, set. That's gonna be kind of what you'll get. Lego, welcome in. How are you? So I'll be saying, oh, that's a bummer a lot. Kind of. Yeah, probably. Probably. It's like self-deprecation, but also but even darker. But yeah, pickles are evil because yeah, they can't, like, you can't just say, well, pick them off, because they leave a remnant, in their wake. Lego, good morning. Oh, I was gonna say, because we were talking about spicy food, Alex. I love spicy food. I'm big spice, so I'll put like jalapenos, red chili pepper on my omelets. Give it a little kick. Lego, are you at work? Are you off today? Or are you just getting off work? Could be an option. So I'll be saying, oh, that's a bummer. I'm in bed. Love that for you. Hope the start of your day is good. What are you gonna have for breakfast? Work tonight from 11 p.m. to 7. Oof. So is there another nap in your future? In the next, before then? What was I gonna say? YV's doing a Lego stream this week. Tomorrow. Potentially, I was trying to think when we would do ours. I think my Lego set, I think, is gonna come in on Friday, potentially. There will be? Okay, good. I was gonna say, yeah, if you're waking up now and you still have like 12 hours or something till work, I hope you get another nap in. I like spice and probably tolerate it more than most Westerners, but I'm not a chili fiend. Okay. That's fair. I typically like my meals to have a little bit of a kick. They don't have to be like overly spicy, but I do like a little bit of a kick. But I do like to challenge myself with some spice, I if I can push the boundaries a little bit, I will. I love it. If I could teach music from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., I'd be happy as a clam. Those are my ideal wake hours. I love that. Yeah, same. Same. I wonder, are you just more awake at night? Are you a vampire? Why is everyone doing Lego on stream? I've just never owned a Lego set, feel like that's something special, You're just popular. You're in demand. But yeah, YV's doing his second ever Lego stream tomorrow. His first one went over very well. So tomorrow should be fun. Wait, that can't be true. Right? That can't be true. Your name is Lego. Are you pulling my leg, Lego? That can't be true. Alex, do you have Alex, what is your favorite food? A friend gave me the nickname and I just went with it. I got hearted to Bionicle. I mean, Bionicle is also great. I also never owned any Bionicle. Bionicle? Bionicle. I'm just surprised that your name would be Lego. Regular Lego. Rego was never my thing. Was it too mainstream? Was it too mainstream for you? Rego. Rego? Rego. Rego sounds like, is that what you would call like someone named Reggie in Australia? Rego? I did use, but Zoids! Oh wow, Zoids. I remember watching a few Zoids cartoons. I think that does count. Lego, you should get a Lego set. I'm very awake at night. I'm always exhausted early. It's the ADHD. I have to take insomnia meds to sleep at a normal human time. Fair. I have always been a night owl. I love the night. I crave the night. Regos we call car registration. That is why I've heard of it. Because I remember Wivey and I had a long conversation about like the differences between driver's licenses and like permits and all of that, like getting your permit and whatever. And I remember him saying Rego a couple of times. And I think I can't remember, but I think I got it in context initially. And then he was, but I was like, just clarification, Rego? Was that registration? Rego's okay, but yeah, that's right. What would you call someone named Reggie? Reggie? Do you know anyone named Reggie? Lego, you should get a Lego set. Also, did you see they're making a Teemo Funko Pop? I did. Before the school year started, anytime you saw me in YV stream, I was still awake from the night before. Now I have it on when I get up at 6:30. I function better at night. I wake up. I love the night. I would be great in a cyberpunk universe. I would be like just perfect in that. And I want to live in Blade Runner, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just it's funny because like you know, occasionally people will be like, Jet, go to sleep when it's like really late or whatever. Late for Americans. But I'd be like, I would be awake anyways. Like I'm not like, yes, I do stay up for like YV stream. It gives me a purpose. It gives me purpose, but I would be up anyways, you know? An Annie Funko Pop. Oh, that'd be dope. You know, I always wanted a Tibbers onesie, and they used to sell one, and they put it on like back order, and then they never restocked it, and I'm very sad. Reggie isn't a very common Australian name, but yeah, Reggie for Reginald, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. To be honest, I don't know any Reggies, and I've never known a Reggie. Besides the guy who worked at Nintendo, but I don't know him personally. But you know. Do you just go by Alex? Do people call you anything? Zandy? Zan? Al? Anyway, yeah, I am a night owl. Very much night owl. Yes. Do you well, I don't know if you want to share your nickname or if do they just call you Alex? I mean, because I know it is short for Alexander, but like, you know, there are like Al is. Yeah, I imagine. I was actually thinking Al isn't really like. I don't know anyone named Alex who goes by Al. That's like Alan, if anything, you know. Who is they? You know. The it's the Vosotros. It's the Vosotros, Alex. The royal they is what I mean. There's a song, You Can Call Me Al. Is who sings that? By the way, I think the Vosotros joke is, I think, Alex, I think you're the only person who'd maybe even be able to get that joke. And I'm not even sure if it's that good. But I found it to be decent. Paul Simon. Alex is normal. Some friends call me Ali. Oh, that makes sense. Which I liked, but decided to get rid of it as an online handle. Yeah, because I was going to say, yeah, I think your emotes are like that. Alec McBen, right? Or Ali Mac. I think. Yes, it is. But that's dope. I like that. I like that. Alex, what's your favorite type of food? Or do you have a favorite? You might not have a favorite. What was I gonna say though? Magical, have you always been a night owl? I've pretty much I lived for the night. Chocolate, I suppose. What about like a meal? Like, what do you have a favorite I mean, unless maybe that's what you have for dinner. I don't know. Been a while since I've had, really. I'm just thinking you know. Let's say I don't know where YV and I will be on our trip, where we'll be, what time it'll be when we get to where you are. I don't know, maybe we can have a meal. Ooh, a proper roast dinner with gravy. That does sound nom nom. Are there any food places that you like? I don't expect anyone to cook us a roast. But that does sound nom nom. Because for those who don't know, I might be able to meet Alex on my way on my trip with YV. It'd be very fun. It'd be very, very fun. Oh, I think some of you may know that because we were talking about Alex hitting me over the head with a bottle. So, if you were here for that conversation, you know. You know. If you know, you know. Wait, what? I don't remember how this came up. No, think about it. I think, yeah, honestly, I don't remember how this came up, but we joked about getting one of those breakaway bottles. Was this about, were we talking about Raja Jackson? Is this how it all happened? And I said something about we get a breakaway bottle. I'd send it to Alex, and then YV and I get out of the car, and then Alex approaches me and hits me over the head just to see what YV would do. Anyway. something about if YB would fight a threat. Yeah, I remember that came up. But I can't remember. I feel like, was that the spark of it, though? I don't know if it was. I feel like I don't really know. Maybe we were talking about fight. Because, again, I think it may have come up with the whole, like, Raja Jackson knocking someone out, punching somebody. Maybe I started talking about getting into a fight or something. I don't know. I asked him what he would do. I didn't give the scenario to him, but I did ask him. I was like, what would you do if, like, we were somewhere and someone, like, you know, knocked me out all of a sudden? What would be your first instinct? And he said that it would be a mix between checking to see if I was okay and like, I think he said confronting them, but, like, not fighting. He wouldn't take a swing initially, which fair, but if we get to a cafe or something, that'd be fun. It would be wonderful. I'd love that. Prepare for a hug. Do some extra push-ups. Get the hug muscles going. Yes, as a kid, I used to read by flashlight late at night. When I started teaching, it became a problem because I would be awake until 4 a.m. and had to be up at 6. That is, yeah, rough. I was exhausted all the time, so I ended up having to go on meds. I don't take them when I don't have to be awake. Early, holidays, weekends, summer fair. I would love, if I was a writer, I would love to write a story. I've thought about this many a times. About, like, and I don't really know, well, I kind of have a general, like, idea, but I don't really know what would make the story interesting. But I have an idea for a story where it's like, imagine in a world where, like, society is pretty much, we live in a society where it functions 24/7, where it's, like, always active. But people are separated by if they are night owls or if they have, like, a normal schedule. And sort of, like, I would say in this world, the night shift people are probably considered to be sort of, like, not outcasts, but are, like, it is seen to be abnormal, even though they kind of, it's necessary for this world. But everyone, it's like people are either, you know, day people or night people, pretty much. But for some reason, and I don't know why, but the story would follow somebody who has to, like, something has happened. There is something has occurred, and they have to try to switch into either be. I don't know if it'd be more interesting if they were a day person going into night or a night person going into day, but anyway, I think there could be a story there. I don't know, that alone isn't very interesting, but I have occasionally thought about what a world like that would be like. I think there's a story there. Somebody who's a writer, just, you know, cut me a little bit of a percentage if you make a story about that. I can consult. I picked the wrong career for my sleep schedule. You can always you could do night classes. Have you thought about being a night teacher? Night school. Is that still a thing? Night school is a thing. I suppose night school, though, is like, that's like 5 p.m., though. That's usually not like midnight. I think I take night school a little too literally. I think the vampire evidence is adding up. Can't have garlic, can't sleep, burn in the sun. You're not going to beat the vampire allegations. But yeah, I'm also night owl. But I am curious. I might be very functional when I'm in Australia. Because I wonder if it's just like my circadian rhythm is like, you know, all over the place. Maybe I've just been, maybe this is a sign that I should move to Australia. You know? Maybe all along. All along. Oh, also. Me forgetting to do this. Oh, and I didn't update the other thing. Podcast. I can't spell my name. Boop. What else is going on, friends? Silk Song is coming out this week. People are still silk songing. Oh, I sent my controller to get fixed, hopefully. We'll see if they actually get fixed. It didn't just steal my controller. But I because I've been getting a lot of stick drift on my PlayStation controllers. This is my third set of controllers. I looked up some info and I found that there are people on eBay that fix PlayStation controllers and they replace your joysticks. And it's much cheaper than just buying a new one, and hopefully longer lasting. They don't. And this one, like, well, and I was saying this, but like, while I look up information, you get two different types of people. Either people who are like, this happens to all of my controllers that I've gotten, or you get people who are like, you're doing something wrong. I have never had an issue with my PS5 controllers. They've never drifted. I've had mine since launch. You're doing something wrong. And I'm like, I don't treat my controllers that badly. Again, I've never broken a controller. Like, I've never thrown a controller. I don't even think I grip it that difficult, or like that. I don't grip it that hard, I guess. But yeah, I don't get drift. Yeah, I all of mine have drifted. All the rubber comes off my Xbox ones. Mine, it's the left stick. And the thing is that like it seems like, can't stand people with that attitude. Yeah, they're just like, you're doing something wrong. That's Reddit. But there's like enough people who say, I'm getting this issue. It's always the left stick, and you know, whatever. And to be fair, I will say, I mean, I often stream off of my PlayStation, so like, yes, I use my PS5 controller a lot, but like, that's maybe the only thing. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not very rough with it. So, anyway, as an attempt to try to save money and hopefully see if this is like a better fix, on eBay, they swap your joystick with a Hall Effects stick, which apparently a lot of people say is better. It's maybe sturdier. I don't know. But it's $20 plus shipping. And you send them your controller, and then they send it back. You send them, they fix it. They apparently, once they get it, it takes them just a day to repair it. I believe the shipping said they should get it on Friday. So hopefully next week sometime I'll get it back, and then I can try. But both of my controllers, I have swapped out both of my controllers 3 times. And it's always approximately around the same time that they both start drifting. So for the next weekish, we might try to play more games on my Steam Deck that maybe don't require a controller. I mean, I could still use. I kept one of my PS5 controllers just in case they end up just stealing my other one, in case it just ends up also not working or something. But if this one doesn't, if they fix it, it works. Seems like a good deal, then I'll send my other controller in to get it fixed, but I don't know, I'm just tired of drifting, you know? But yeah, so I sent that out today. But I have some things coming in this week for my Australia trip that I've ordered. I still need to order some more things. I need to buy some, like, adapters. I learned that I do need a power inverter. Maybe it's converter. Yeah, I think it's converter. It's converting the power, not inverting it. I learned I need a power converter for some things, so I don't accidentally fry all of my electronics. I think some of the bigger electronics are fine because they have that little, like, box, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. That'd be a bummer. But I did learn I need that. Actually didn't think I needed that, but then Wivey was like, I think you do. And I was like, let me double check. He was right, so I'm glad that he told me that. Because I think it's like 250 voltage or something typically over in Australia, and we're like 140. Take one in a power board power strip. Well, I think I might take, like, I think we get 2. One for, like, if I need one, like, in the bathroom or something, you know? Just in case. But Daz, welcome in. How are you? But I do like that idea. I think I'm going to get... Well, I found some, actually, that have, like, multiple ports. That it's, like, it... You know, it has the plug, but then it's already just, like, built in. It's, like, a bunch. So I might... I don't know. I need to look. I need to look and see. But bought a few things. Sounds dodgy. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's gonna fry all of my electronics. Should be fine. Keep it. Yeah, good point, Daz. Good point. Less to go wrong. That is also true. Cretin, welcome in. How are you? How you been? Also, do you guys say Aussies? Can you weigh in on something? Wait. But good hate? What? Also hi? Wait, good hate? Oh, I was like, what? Oh, I see. But also good, hey, also hi. Yes, hi. Hi, Daz. Autocorrect. Aussies weigh in. BEEN. Oh, but good, thanks. Oh, okay, I see. BEEN, yes. Do you say that, like, do you pronounce that like B-I-N or B-E-E, like a B? Yeah. Do you say bean or bin? You say bin. Okay. Okay. Wait, you did, Alex? Really? What? What do you say? Or do? Oh wait, no. What are you asking about? B-E-E-N. Bean or bin? Not in this context. Okay. Do people call you Alex McBean? is that, I'll send a voice note. Okay. Depends on the word. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting development. Porqué. Or as in how you been as bean. Don't listen to Lego. How you been is too rough for me. Think about the and the. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna say it one more time. Interesting. Hold on. Oh. Can I save this? I can't. Cretin sent me a voice note and says that he typically says, "How have you been?" Interesting. I was curious. I can play the video I made. Again, we haven't done that yet today. But I noticed that in the Jets on a Plane video, in the narration, YV says bean at some point. And I didn't realize it initially. Like I didn't register, but one of the times was we were re-watching it. I was like, oh, he says it like bean. That's interesting. And I didn't know, because I would say most Americans say bin. How have you been? No one, I sometimes say bean as like over exaggerating and probably like if I'm trying to do like a faux British accent, I will be like, how have you been? But you know. The other day, we avoid the glottal stop. I know, like, isn't the and the, or it? No, maybe I'm thinking of a and an. But maybe, is it also similar, like, depending on what sound? If it's like a... If it's like a certain vowel sound, isn't it? Like the versus... Like, isn't that how you're supposed to do that? Like, the others. The others. I think, like, you're supposed to say, like, the... There's rules in choir. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I learned that in choir and I've applied that to my entire life. And that's actually like not accurate. But I feel like which would be accurate for me. He's Canadian, not Aussie. Don't listen to him. First gen Aussie. What you talking about? Well, Dad is Aussie. Do I add his gen to my gen? How's that even work? I don't know. YV and I have a different accent because I'm from South Australia. He's from Northern Australia in Queensland. True. No, wait, you say... Well, yeah, that is true. You guys do sound different. But you both say bean, apparently. There's rules in choir. Well, the is based on the next being. Yeah, okay, a vowel. I'd say for bean, I'd switch with the grammar. Interesting. This is very interesting to me. Because I just had never... like... I'm sure he has said it before. I'm sure this is probably not the first time he has said the word bin in front of me. But I've never, like, registered it in any special way. But anyway, I was like, oh, bean. Interesting. I mean, I've heard you say it both ways. I've heard it both ways. But bean? But I don't typically say that like if I'm just I wouldn't say how have you been? I'd always say been. How have you been? Actually, no, I reckon it's totally arbitrary. Is it? Were you sitting there thinking about it? Like, when do I say, you just feel it out. You're just like, today, this feels like a bean. This feels like a bean moment. Oh no, Madrigal. Yeah, the cat's not earning her keep. I wouldn't ever say it like Ben. It doesn't sound too much like garbage. Like the garbage. Is that why? Some of our accents will say it like boing. How've you been, mate? So we can avoid it with Ben. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Kofson lived in Queensland for 15 years. You're still technically in Queensland, right? Give us a paragraph worth of your best Australian accent. My Aussie. Okay, I couldn't remember if you've moved to New South Wales fully, because I don't actually know where the line break is. Is there a sign when you get into like is there a welcome to New South Wales sign? My Aussie accent is terrible. It's just awful. It's not good. I've wanted to work on it, but I can't. I'm not good at it. I can't even say mate right. Wait, it says don't bring in rabbits? Is that true? $22,000 fine? You can't bring rabbits into New South Wales? Do an Aussie accent, we will clip it, and then you can do it again when you get home. See, maybe I'll learn. Straight in the pool room, no questions asked. That's right. I can't. I enunciate things too much. The T's. I feel like it's offensive, but I try to do it because I know it doesn't sound right. I know it doesn't. New South Wales says, "Don't worry." No, DW. No, what's DW? Don't worry. You're in New South Wales. New South Wales. Chill out. Bunnies are cute. Oh, wait. I see. Because yeah, I think I did hear bunnies are not allowed in Queensland, right? I think I did hear that. Because Wivey said he would want like a pet rabbit, but knows that he can't. Gonna bring one. Gift it to him. Just kidding. Sneak one in. Well, you're not allowed to bring absolutely any fruit into... Well, I have learned by watching border security, I am not allowed to bring any fruit into the country. And I'm very scared that I'm going to. Incidentally. And they're gonna arrest me. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. I will do some research later on why rabbits are not allowed into Queensland. Into the Queensland. Especially, I've never had an Asian plum, but never have I been so tempted to have one. This is even from other states. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Is it for the same reasons of, like, contamination stuff? Really? But isn't that like a thing? I mean, that's just like a rabbit thing. Why is Queensland so against it? Why can New South Wales handle it? You should start a rabbit farm, Alex. We don't have fruit flies. Oh, no way. We don't have fruit flies down here, so they want to avoid that with all costs. That's really interesting. That's one of those things where it's like well, to me, it just feels like I kind of imagine them to be everywhere, I guess, you know? They're declared invasive pest animal that causes severe environmental and agriculture damage and could spread exotic diseases. Okay. I have also been described as an invasive pest, to be honest, though. Fruit flies are currently the bane of my existence. See, that's... I feel like... I mean, like... I assume I've seen a fruit fly. I've seen flies on fruit. So I assume those are fruit flies. So I'm gonna say like I've definitely seen them around, but I'm also maybe weird. I put a lot of my fruit in the refrigerator. I like cold fruit, so I don't think the flies get to them. You know, they don't stop coming. It's like All-Star. They crawl all over you in your sleep. They fly in your eyes and nose. Goodness. Oh, that is terrifying. I feel like I've never had that happen. But if you have like a lot of fruit flies, then yeah, I could probably see that happen. I've seen flies on fruit as me cackling. I mean, what is a fruit fly but a fly on a fruit? I mean, I'm no entomologist, but I can't get rid of them. They've been in my room all summer. You should get one of those, like... Have you seen those, like, fly-catchy machines? Where it, like, traps them? Did you get that? I'm actually laughing out loud. Literally lolling. You're a goose, thank you. I am but a simple man. Yes, Chet. And guess what? They've learned to avoid it. They're advancing. They're evolving. That's a bummer. I don't really know. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it. After love you, leave you. I'm walking into my hair. Oh, to get white hair? Are you dyeing your hair white? What? Well, enjoy. That's amazing. Have a good one. I have 2 light traps, 4 chemical traps, 2 fruit traps, and 1 custom trap, and they are still here. What? Devin, oh my goodness. That is amazing. Well, that'll be fun to see. Well, I hope you have fun. Hope it looks good. Have a good appointment. Sadly, I'm going to miss the gameplay. Have a great stream. Good night, all. Sassy, I hope you have a grepe night. Yeah, we started pretty late. I just figured we would have a stream, even though it was late. Oh, it looks good too. I'm sure it'll look wonderful. I'm sure it'll look wonderful. That is very funny, though. Can't wait to see it. Mr. Panda wanted me to tell you it's your... Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was something I said. Mr. Panda, the grammar police. OMG. Making sure grammar is kept in chat. What was I gonna say? Voice to text doesn't always get it right. Amazing. What was I gonna say though? He responded with wee woo wee. I love that. That's a great response to that. But by the way, that was very interesting about Bean. I find that interesting. I find languages and accents and all that stuff very interesting. I wish I was better at accents. I wish I was better at like maintaining them and like doing voices and stuff, but I feel like an Australian accent would be incredibly difficult for me. I've heard in general they're difficult. See you later, Sassy. I hope you have a good one. The Aussie accent is difficult in general, but I've heard for Americans, it's also even more difficult to do correctly because of like Australian accent. The Australian accent, the tongue is more relaxed when you talk, and apparently Americans have like we chew our words a lot, and we like pronounce we tend to pronounce every letter, like in the word solder, for example. Anyway, I've heard then it's more difficult. You said it right. I know. I say it right. Everyone the other day was saying that I say it wrong. And I was like, I've been saying solder like this forever. But, because where did the L go? You know? Yesterday, because this came up yesterday in yesterday's stream. Tomato, tomato. That's what I say. Wait, do you guys say salmon? I do say salmon. But I say solder for sure. Wait. No, you say salmon? Wait, but you say it's solder, right? Like soldering with the L. What if I pronounce that as cam? Stay cam. I say solder and same. Okay, then same. Okay, then we're the same. Yes, calm. Yeah, what was funny is on because we were talking about it yesterday, but on YV stream, because I was like, I brought it up, and I said the Americans are saying that I say solder wrong, and he was like, well, then you're probably saying it wrong. And I said they pronounce it solder, and he was like, oh, then they're wrong. And I was like, thank you. Where did the L go? You can't just get rid of it. And granted, I say salmon, but but that's different. That feels different. Anyway. But yeah, I wish I could learn an Australian accent. Though it's probably for the best that I didn't. At least for the time being, because I would have the temptation of trying to do it while I was in Australia, and I feel like that would come across wrong. I feel like I could upset some people if I was just doing a very poorly done Australian accent while I was there. Might seem approximately offensive. But let me see. I was planning on playing a little bit of Discounty. Let me just see real quick. Well, I was actually going to play The Root Trees Are Dead, but I think my mind is broken after today. And so I was like, I don't want to think. And then... But now I'm like, do I want to play Discounty? What do I want to do? Maybe it'd be better just to do some like some Picross or something. You know? Some Squeakross. We can continue listening to music. chatting and doing some of this instead. I think that sounds good to me. But for whatever. Let me just look at... That sounds better to me. And then maybe tomorrow we can get back into the root trees are dead. League! I don't think my brain would be able to handle it. Today's been a stressful day. I almost didn't stream at all, but I made it. But I was like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So I think let's do some Squeak Ross. It's chill. We can listen to some music still. You know. Okay, so we're gonna run ads and then we're gonna come back. I'll probably run ads, play the video again, and then we'll get into some Squeak Ross and we'll just chat. I'll do some nonograms. It'll be a fun time. So friends, if you need to stand up, stretch, grab a snack, etc., now is a perfect time to go do so. We will be. Gotta head out. We'll catch you later. Alex, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for chatting. We'll see you next time. But friends, we'll be back after ads. BRB!
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
They are the deadliest creatures on Earth. They can attack without warning. And they've just been unleashed 30,000 feet in the air.
Rick? Rick!
So, you know all those security scenarios that we ran? Well, I'm smack in the middle of one that we didn't really think of.
Can anybody hear me?
Let's go!
Blah. What are you doing in here? Shh.
Did you guys hear that?
Wanna be friends?
Enough is enough. I've had it with these mother flippin' jets on this mother floppin' plane. Everyone strap in. We're about to open some flappin' windows.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good little break. We're gonna play some nonograms, and we can chat and stuff. Let me actually restart this one because I don't remember what it. He gets so serious. He crushed it, and I loved it. Yeah, on tickets, but what the fuck was that? That was the announcement video. Jets on a plane. What do you mean? What was that? I didn't have any amazing. YV did the voices. He did the beginning narration and any Samuel L. Jackson line. I did all the other voices. Slightly disappointed. No Asian plums. Oh, you know what? I should have. That would have been a good call. That would have been a very good call. That would have been smart. You'll be sleeping on the lounge when you get here for that. No. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but he crushed that delivery. I loved it. I got to kind of direct him for that. It was great. He did a fantastic job. He said this yesterday on his stream that like when he recorded it, he had to physically like start like gesturing to like get into the. It was excellent. I love it. Honestly, I think if it weren't for that delivery and line in that, the video wouldn't be as good. I feel like it all just kind of builds up to that. So it's 3x 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. 1 2 x 1 2 3 4 what 1 2 x 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. By the way, fun fact, I love this song. Absolutely love this song. When I used to work at a job where I had to like go to the office, I would listen to this literally on repeat on the way to work. And I did that for about a year. It was actually my song for and then also like coming home. And I would just listen to this song on repeat. I love it so much. I don't get like bored of songs. And 5 can't fit here. There's going to be some way to figure this out. 4 has to be over here. The 1 could be here. Or it could be there. I don't think there's a way... okay. Let's see... No, okay. There's some overlap. X, 1, 2, 3. I think that'll be it. Actually. 6x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yay! Well. What was I gonna say? I love these. I do too. I do too. These are more like, I was gonna play discounty, but I feel like this is more, even though I have to like think a little bit, this is more free flowing. Like I'm not trapped in like a story or something, so you know, I can take my time if I need. I actually did one a while back, and it took me literally an hour to complete, which is ridiculous. I don't think it was supposed to take me that long, but it took me over an hour to do. But I didn't ask for any hints. I mean, I didn't use any hints. I wasn't live, but there we go. Cryptograms. I don't think I know what is cryptograms. What is happening in this game? Good question. So this is, we're kind of in an advanced one because it's a 20 by 20. They usually start off by like 5 by 5s. But basically, this is a numbers logic puzzle. So the numbers on the top or sides tell you how many blocks are filled in that row or column. So in this one here, this column, we have a 7 and a 3, which means that there are going to be 7 blocks filled in, at least 1 space in between, and then 3. Now, we don't know how many spaces in between at this point, but we know that there are going to be at least 7 and at least 3. But you have to, it's a logics puzzle, in that you then have to look at like, okay, well, you know, does this, you know, what can we figure out now? So it's not, a lot of people think it's like Sudoku. It's not quite like Sudoku, because it's not like you have to get, you know, the exact, it's not like you have to, it's not like you have to repeat the numbers and get it to all whatever. Essentially, we're creating a picture, and in this game in particular, we're creating furniture. We're making this table actually, and actually we're doing so you, in this game, you do the puzzles, you unlock a furniture item. This is supposed to be like a furniture catalog, and then you go into your house and you can decorate the house with the furniture items that you've like made. It's a Picross game, or nonograms is sometimes what it's called. But as an easy example, let's do a 10 by 10. So this row tells us that 10 are filled in. 10 squares are going to be filled in. It is a 10 by 10, so we know that that means all of these are filled in. Same with this row. This column says there's 8, so 8 of these are going to be filled in. Because of that, because of the logic, we know that this has to be filled in. This one here. Because, like, there can't be a space in between this block and this block. So we can at least fill that in. This row says it's 1 space, 1 space, 1 space. So because this is a 1, we can put an X there. Looking at this column, this block here corresponds to the 3. They're always in, like, order. So, like, this 3 is going to be at the top, then 1, whatever. So this belongs to that 3. So we can say 1, 2, 3. This is this, and you can see it grays out. This one goes to the 1 block, and then we don't know at this point where this other 1 is. Same thing here, what we did over here with this 8. We can put that there, put an X there. Same thing here, put the 3, mark an X there. So now the 3 and the 1 are blocked off. 4 and 4. This, we know, belongs to one of the 4s. Logically, we can say it belongs to the one that's the first one, because there's not, you know, just the way the amount of spaces, it's going to be this one. And there's only 2 numbers. We don't know, though, if it starts here or not. So for now, what we can do is do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll leave this one blank or this one blank because we don't know where, you know, how it's going to fall in line here. Same thing with this side, though. We can do 1, 2, 3. And again, we don't know if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or this one could be here, or, you know, etc. 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 We can look at this. It's a 3 and a 1 up here. We know this cannot be filled in. Why? Because that would make it a 4. So we know this has to be an X. Oops. There goes the 3. Ooh, we can put another X there. This we know has to be filled in because it's a 3. And there can't be a block here because that would make it 4 or whatever. This is also assuming that what we've done is correct, like logically correct. So we can mark that. We know that then this row is a 5 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can put X's here because this column only has 1s. We can also, here, what we can do, here's a strat for people who are unfamiliar with this type of game. We can look for the overlap in a row or column. So this is a 6. If we lay out the 6 here, this is like the furthest extreme it could be on one side. We can then look at the opposite extreme and see if there are any overlaps. So where the 5 and the 6 are currently, the numbers, whether this 6 is on the far end here or on the starting at the far right end, these two are always going to be selected. So we can go ahead for the time being, we can mark those down, even if we don't have, the rest of them filled out. Because of that, we can look at what we have up here. We know this is a 1, which means this is the 3. And we have now completed this row, or I'm sorry, this column. So we can go ahead and mark all the rest for X's. We know that this is going to be, this column has this 1. So there we go. Because we've put X's here, this means this tells us where the 4s go. So we're done with that row. We can go ahead and somewhat fill out this a little bit more. We'll have to leave an additional space. Actually, no, we don't have to, because So this, I didn't put X's. Putting X's can be very helpful. You don't have to do it, but because I didn't, I missed that. We have already the 3 here. So now we know where the rest of this 8 is going to go. We can look over here. So that's that 1. This is that other one on this row. 1. This is a 2. So we can put that there and make an X. We can put an X here in this spot because that 2 cannot fit here. The 2 has to be somewhere in here. This column is complete, as is this column, so we can mark those off. Here we have 3, 1, 1. Or 3, 1, 1, 1. We can... we know one of these is going to have a 1, and this one is going to be a 1. We know that because there's not enough room, because there always has to be a space in between each one. In between each number, there needs to at least be one space. So we can for the time being, we can put a 1 here. That helps us know where the 6 goes. Mark that off. We can look here. That's the 1. That's that last one. This helps us figure out the 2. This column is now complete. Because we put a piece here, that means we know this is where the 8 goes. There's the 3. And now we're zooming. We're zooming, everybody. So much zooming. Here is a 2. There's only space for that. This 2. And that 2. Now we have 1, 1 on this row. That means there has to be a space in between, so that's going to be the space. So 1 and 1. Mark them off. And the last one. And we have made an alarm clock. And then we would unlock that, and then we can put it in our house. Once you complete a page, you can then unlock a different tab where you can then unlock different colors of each item. You just have to redo the puzzle, but the puzzle is more difficult. So we're currently on, like, this one initially was a 15 by 12, while this one now is a 20 by 20. So they're more difficult. There's a ton of things you can do. And then again, you can decorate your house. I've got, like, a little, you know, I've tried making a nice little place for our guy. You can also get cosmetics. Some of the things are cosmetic items. But it's very fun. I enjoy it. I like nonograms. I like pick cross puzzles. They're fun. And no math is really involved besides, like, counting. It's basically a pick cross game. Nintendo has had several on their systems. I had one for the OG Game Boy. Way back when it was the main handheld on the market. It's where you have to figure out the words. The puzzles have numbers, and you have to figure out what letter goes with the numbers, but it's not the pattern. A isn't 1. Mario's Picross. I think I played a little bit of that. And this is available on the Switch, yes. I've heard it runs very well on the Switch. But anyways, that's what it is. It's not math related. It's just logic puzzles. A numbers logic puzzle. I need to wish list. I hate doing these puzzles on my phone. Always have to redo it because it's so small. And I inevitably bump a box I didn't mean to. This also has a ton of excellent quality of life features. It has an undo button, a redo. You can do a zoom, which you can see now that as I move my cursor around, it actually makes the numbers on the sides go up. They have a ton of different... One, I have night mode currently on. You don't have to have it this dark. Auto count, you can give it, like, make it give you warnings. I often have that turned off. You know, there are hints. Lots of different, like, things that you can, you know, change and do, and they did an excellent job. It's honestly one of the best Picross games. I would especially recommend for people who are even new to the game and new to Picross. I would recommend picking this up because it's a great way to learn. I think this would be a great, like, Picross game for a newbie. I should mention this. It has been a while. I was given a code for this game. I was also technically on the Steam page for it. So I have to disclose that. But that doesn't change the fact that I've been playing this on my own time. So I do enjoy the game. I'm not just saying that I'm not just a corporate shill for an indie company. But I do enjoy this game. All right, there's some overlap here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's gonna be all we find. Oops. Hashtag ad. No, I mean it is technically. I actually should put branded content on here. Updated. Oh, by the way, apparently you guys will have, I mean, most of you are subscribed, so this is not going to affect you. I was going to say, supposedly they're testing out skippable ads on Twitch. A very small test. So if you get those, let me know. I'm very curious. So that's 11. I could have done this, but I didn't. So that's part of the 2. We can go ahead and mark some X's there. This is, I don't know. 2. Where is the next thing? I feel like I'm supposed to figure out maybe this row. You can turn, so there are also hints, like, you can get hints added to the game where it tells you what to look for next, like which row you can solve. Yeah, this is, I think, Overthunker is his name. I named him. You can customize the rat, which is cool also. So this, I made him. Like, you can choose the color. You can choose, like, what his face looks like, his ears, all that sort of stuff. But, and you name him, and I named him Overthunker. Guess why? Also, there are, I can put X's here. I have not been, and this will help me. So, this is that. This is the 3. Here's the 5. Here's that. So this is part of the 4 as this is a part of a different 4. 6, is there any overlap here? No, there won't be. Not yet. What we got here? This is going to be part of the 3, which means this is the 1. I believe. I'm pretty confident on that. This, I don't know. We'll wait. He does look like he was found in a vat of toxic waste, though. Yeah, his coloring is a bit concerning. But I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's just dandy. Okay. 132111. I wonder. Hold on. Did I do this already? I might have. 1x. Wait, 1x. Well, wait. 1x. 1, 2, 3x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, okay. I bet this is the 3 and this is the 1, but I don't. You're not supposed to take guesses. Because you don't really need to. You're supposed to logically figure out. If you take a guess, it can be catastrophic. Because then everything might be off. Yeah, no. Maybe he isn't. Maybe he is a Ninja Turtle. That'd be amazing. He could be like Splinter. Or, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Oh. 3. Lol, 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 lol. 2. 1. 3. 4. Okay, we've got a little bit more overlap. Splinter's cousin that didn't evolve into anything. He's just a yellow rat. Yellowish green. 1, 2, 3, 4. X. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. X. 1, 2, 3. X. 1. X. 1, 2. Okay. That helps. This is Yimit sharing the streak. Have a good night, Yimit. Have a good night. Thank you for keeping Emers' streak alive. The 150 stream streak. Amazing. Yimit, I hope you have a good night. Have a good one. We'll probably only go for another hour. Today's stream is gonna be pretty short. Because we started so late and my brain's broken. Oh, we put a X there. Also, if anybody watches this VOD later, there's not going to be any music, because I also don't have the in-game music going. So you can play your own lo-fi playlist. You can play your own lo-fi playlist while you watch. Gotta go take care of Mom. Not sure if I'll be back. All right, Bear, have a good night if we don't see you, but I hope you have a good one. Thanks for being around. Hope your mom feels better and gets better soon. Okay, let's look at this again. So it's either 4-1 here, can't be 5. It's also possible there is no 1 here. Could be 1 and a 5. Now, we could try to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can mark this one. Because, yeah, either way, that one's going to be filled in. I think that's the only one that we can technically mark. Right. Doesn't really help us because that's a 2, but... we can't mark anything there. This is the 3. This is probably the 4. That's going to be the 3. Because of that, we can say... Because, yeah, that's no way there's that. That's the 2. So we'll say this. So this is the 4. This is the 3, which means at max 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and mark those as X. Besides No Man's Sky, did you do anything fun this weekend, or at least take a break from working? Not really. I did a lot of work. It was a bit of a worky weekend. I did some like trip planning. Oh, I edited the video, which was a lot. But really, I did some like trip shopping online, but that was about it. Like I was just on Amazon looking at stuff, but that was pretty much it. Not the most exciting of weekends, but what did you do this weekend? I'm not sure if I remember. I know you were here for those streams, but besides that, did you end up doing anything for... Oh, you went and like fed fishes and stuff. How was that? 2 and 2, 1 and 2. I hate these rows where it's just like, you could be anywhere. We know... Okay, so this is the 4. Now, this would be the 6, which means it can go up 1 potentially, but we don't know. We can put these 2 here for the time being. This is a part of the 4. We're doing it, which means that's an X. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is a 3. We can put a 1 here. Boom, boom. Crushing it. All right. Four. We still don't know if you're going down here, if you're going here, because this could be a part of the 13. All right. Oh, we can do that, which means these can't be filled in because of the 2s over here. There's just not enough space. That's the 3. This is probably 3. Well, that could be 2, 3, 1 somewhere, so we don't know yet. And that also could be this. I mean, could technically be the 3, so we don't know that. This only has 2s at max, so there we go. Which means we can put X's here. This only has 1, 2. We don't have like anything on these columns. I worked Friday through Sunday and played No Man's Sky. Monday, I fed the fish and had dinner over at my parents' house. I used to go to that hatchery as a kid, and I remember it being much bigger, but there's 2 miles of walking trails too, and the weather was nice. That sounds wonderful. Shady, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Just saying quick hi while I make lunch. What are you making for lunch? That sounds wonderful. I don't think I've ever been to a hatchery before. That sounds very, very chill and nice. Get to feed some fishies. I hope I get to go to an aquarium while I'm in Australia. think that'd be fun. Okay. Oh. Because of these X's, we know that the 6 can't be there, which means we know that they fit here. We just don't know where the starting and end point is. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, so that's one of the 4s. We don't know here. Could be a 2. Could be a 4. We don't know. A toasty! Nom 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 nom. Is a toasty... Oh, we can... That's what you guys call like a grilled cheese, right? Wait. Hold on. Yeah, but we put more bits in. Okay. Ooh. Because I remember having a conversation with Pucks where he was like, I was talking about grilled cheeses, and we were not on the same page. I was so confused as to like how he makes a grilled cheese. And anyway, it was very funny. It wasn't until later that I was like, can you show me a picture of a grilled cheese? And I was like, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I wish I was still living in NC. I would have taken a trip to the Georgia Aquarium. It's one of the biggest in the world, and I probably won't get to see it now. No! Maybe. You still might. I'm having an olive and walnut sourdough, champagne ham, mozzarella, rose pepper dip, aioli, avocado, tomato, and spinach. Wow! That is fancy, Shady. You are fancy. That sounds wonderful. I've been to a couple of aquariums. Nothing that, like, particularly stands out. But I do love aquariums. But I would love to go to one. Ah. 3. Boop. Okay, so that is a 2. So there we go. Well, yeah, you were a big SeaWorld guy, but then once they freed the whales, you said, they lost the appeal. Goodness. Yeah, you know me. Free Willy? No, thank you. He was where he belonged. That's a joke. Just for the record. I saw a video on Reddit yesterday of a guy trying to save a stingray or a manta ray. I think the manta ray was already, like, it was too far gone. It was too far gone. It was huge, though. They didn't show what really, like, happened too much later, but I was like, that manta ray. I'm no manta ray doctor, but I think there's something wrong with that manta ray. It was, like, beached, and he was trying to get it back into the water, and I don't know. I don't think that manta ray, I don't think he made it much longer after the video ended. He eventually was able to get it into the water, but it was, like, tilted then. Like, one of its fins was kind of just, like, up. And it wasn't really, like, excited or moving around. One of the comments was very funny. And dark. One of the comments was, imagine being this manta ray and you're, like, you know, in your last moments of, you know, life, you decide to, like, you know, hop ashore and see a sunset or something like that, and then this, you know, this man appears and just keeps shoving you back into the water, so all your hard work was for naught. I was like, oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. Nope, stay. Yeah. But anyway, it was beautiful though. It was like the color of it was very cool, but yeah, it did not. It looked unwell. I think the fact that it was just, I mean, the fact that it was even on the shore, not a great sign, but okay, so this is the 4. But it was like, even when it got in the water, it wasn't like trying to, you know, swim away or do anything. It was like, all right, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I asked Wyvie yesterday if he's ever seen a stingray in person. He said, maybe at the aquarium. And I said, so I don't have anything to worry about. And he was like, I've told you, no. Look, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. A lot of sea life does that when there's something wrong. They're sick. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So I was like, probably not a good sign that it was already like that. But again, it wasn't like flapping or moving, really. Which, you know, again, I'm no manta ray doctor, but it does make me think that perhaps, you know, things weren't okay. This is the 4. That is going to... Wait. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident about that. You gotta watch out for drop stings when shaking trees. No! Not the drop stings. My greatest fear. There has to be something there. That has to be the 2. Do that. Put that there. So there's a 3, which means that's the 2. Does this work out for us? It's technically... Dang, flute player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The flute player's going for it. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Are you a mid-lake man? I don't know what that means. Who is mid-lake? What is mid-lake? Where is mid-lake? When is mid-lake? Why? You're welcome. Is that who is that? When is that? Why is that? How is that? As a kid, I went on vacation to Virginia Beach. We stayed right on the beach. There were steps that went over the seawall to the beach. During high tide, you could sit on the steps, and the stingrays would be right at the bottom of the steps. That's terrifying. You get stung, Madrigal. Indie rock band, flute, guitar, folksy. Interesting. That sounds... I might check them out. Mid-Lake. So that's a good folk band name. If I do say so. That's part of the 3. Listen to Van Occupanther. Ooh. Album or song. Okay. I can do that. That sounds wonderful. Mid-Lake. You're welcome. I bet they're good. I could see, like, flute works for folk. That's the 2. Ah. I could have filled that out. Don't mind me. Okay, there we go. 3. Put that there. This has to be the one. Let's put that there. Nothing goes there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we don't know where the rest of it goes. Oh, yes we do. 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. Juan. You weren't going to get stung if you stayed on the steps? I guess. I don't know. Can't they, like, leap at you? Aren't they vicious leapers? 10. Oop. Right? Did I? Okay, yeah. Put that there. 2. Gosh. They can jump out of water, but they are not going to jump into steps. Okay. Yet. Until they all learn that we're squishy. Before their inevitable takeover. New Zealand, we have native eels and rivers? What? That's wild. You can see them just chilling when you cross a bridge. Wow. That's kind of terrifying. I don't like eels. I think eels are scary. They're scary looking. Ooh, we have all that there. Look at us go. So many just 2s and 1s. Oops. Like, unbelievable. Can you count any higher? 1. Oh, that's the 2. 1, 2, 3. Go 3. 1's gonna go somewhere there. This is a 1. I know some people don't like lo-fi. I love it. It's so chill. There's 17. So that's the 4. Two, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we actually 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, we had the spaces there. I just hadn't filled it in. 2, 1. Here's the 2. There's that. 3. 1. 1 goes somewhere there. Someone should make a lo-fi and chill playlist. This is basically what we're listening to. It's one of mine. Jets, lo-fi beats. Twas a joke. Ah. I get it. I see now. I see that it was a joke. But it is too late at this point. I have given myself up as a non-joke getter. I have failed. I have failed you all. Master Wayne. 3, 1. That. It's a good playlist. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just got dragged out of stream. I just got dragged out of stream. Like my stream? Did Twitch mess up or something? That's starting to look like an eyeball at the top. I can see it. It does look like an eyeball. Oh, I see what we're doing now. Like, I see what it's... Looking at the preview on OBS, I see what it's supposed to be like. This is the top of the table, and these are, like, the spokes. Yeah, I was watching, and then I was elsewhere. What? That's so wild. Twitch. Speak for yourself. So this is filled in. Yeah, actually, a lot of people have been saying that recently. So I wonder if it's messing up. It's probably not just you. Two. Oh, I saw a like cool backpack. It's not really a backpack, a satchel. It's actually technically more of a satchel. I saw a really cool satchel. That was like, oh, I want this. Maybe I should get it and take it to Australia with me. But I honestly don't know if I could pull it off. I don't think I could pull it off. I don't think it'd look as cool on me, unfortunately. But it's a cool looking satchel. Okay, wait a minute. We should be able to figure this out. So one of these, that means that's an X. So there we go. 2x, 2, that, whoop. Clears that. Boop, boop. We're doing it. We got it! You should get it. I'm sure it'll look just as good. I don't know if I don't know if I'll show you a picture of it. I think it looks dope. I think it's like weird funny, but I love it. But I don't know. It might just be like here. I'll say it now and then oh wait, where did it go? Did I not save it? Surely I saved it. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like people will see me and they'll be like, why is he holding a fish? Why is he wearing a fish? And that's all I'll say for now. Hold on. Let me find a good picture of it. Here it is. GG, welcome in. How are you? They're gonna be like, why is he wearing a fish? I don't know. I think, well, your backpack is different. And it's also more of like a backpack. I think yours looks better. But like, iMac. This, I feel like people would just be like, why is this guy wearing a fish? Who does he think he is? Isn't that cool? I think it's great. I think it's dope. I think the brand that they're using is called Youth, but on the opposite side, it says Hajime Mashite, which is nice to meet you in Japanese. And I was like, that looks so cool. I love it. Oh, yeah, it's literally a fish. It's like... And I'm like, I feel like this guy could pull it off. And there's other people in the post who have it, who can pull it off. But I'm like, I would just be like that guy with the fish, you know? Here's another photo. And I feel like, I would just be that one guy with the fish. And, you know, people would ask, why does that guy have a fish? And by people, I mean YV would be like, why am I walking with somebody who has a fish? It's a very wide bag, isn't it? It's very wide. I don't know, like, it would just look, I feel like it'd look weird. I don't know. I don't know if I can pull it off. I think it looks so cool, though. It's called Fish Bagu, is the actual name of it, too, which is great. It is cool. You should totally get it. I thought of metaphorical fish. No, it's literally, you know what's dope? Hold on, one more photo. You know what is dope? Because I am a fan of, you guys know, I've said it before, I am a fan of good packaging. Oh gosh, where is it? Wait for it. I'm a fan of good packaging. When you buy it, it comes in this, which is incredible. It comes in like a little, like as if you were buying fish. I think that is so, that's so smart. That's so next level. Oh, Rudy, welcome in. How are you? How have you been? How have you been, as we were saying earlier? If I saw someone wearing that, I would absolutely walk up and compliment the bag. Oh. Toasty in Discord? Ooh, that looks delicious. Shady, that looks so nom nom. I want that. Give that to me. That is also, I think that looks like the perfect crunchiness, Shady, of the bread too. I would eat that up. That's amazing. Yeah, I think that is like excellent. Like, what a great branding thing. So I saw it posted. I follow this guy on Instagram. He's like from my understanding, I hope none of this is offensive. I think this guy is like somewhat internet famous. Particularly in regards to Little Tokyo in Los Angeles. He seems to be kind of like I think he's also a comedian and some other stuff, but like he does a lot of stuff for Little Tokyo. Like he interviews a lot of like shop owners. He does little like reviews of different, like, I think I found him initially because a video was recommended to me of best ramen places or something in Little Tokyo, and it's great. I think he's also well known because he'll like walk around in Little Tokyo in like a hanten and So anyway, like I think he's like well known. He's like niche famous, if that makes sense. But I saw he posted this, and I think this might be something that he has some part in. But I was like, that bag is so cool, and I want it. I was like, I wonder if I could walk around with it. Like, could I fit my camera in there? Would I be able to fit my camera and lenses and some other stuff? It does seem wide, so I could like stuff things maybe to the side. But I was like, that looks so cool. I like the color of it. I could just have a little fish on me. But I feel like people would be like, who's that? Who's that guy with the fish? Why's he got a fish? Anyway. You did crush it. I think that it looks amazing. The toasty looks delicious. I'd eat it. It all sounds nom nom. But anyway. I will say I did comment on it because I was like, I want that bag. And apparently it is only found in Little Tokyo. But he replied and said, if you're not in Little Tokyo, we can figure out a way to like get it to you. So I don't know, I'm tempted, but I'm tempted. But I still think you should get it. As Miss Frizzle would say, take chances. It's true. Maybe it'd be cool. Maybe I go through customs and the Australian border security are like, look, you're not supposed to bring in the Asian plums, but we do really like your fish bag. We'll let you just go. But then I don't know. What if I buy it and I'm like, I can't pull this off. I look so dumb with my fish bag. It could be you can't bring fish through that's the alternative. They take it. They're like, sir, you can't bring fish through customs. No. Worst case scenario, I bring it. I learned that I can't pull it off, but you know who would? YV. He would be able to pull it off because he can literally pull off anything. And then I just gift it to him. I just be like, look, you can have it. It looks cooler on you anyways. I feel like that it always happens to me that like I feel like in the past I've seen something I'd be like, that looks so cool. I want it because I maybe I can do it. And then I learned that no, it's not that I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it off. It was literally just that like model or that person wearing it or whatever. It's like it's sort of like a lot of the Aussies have tattoos, and I've never really considered getting a tattoo because I'm very picky. But like seeing them so much, I'm like, would I get a tattoo? I don't know. And I'm like, it looks so good on other people, but then I'm like, maybe it's because it looks really good on them, but on me, it would look terrible. So that's what I've convinced myself, is that it's not, I've got to be careful. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get the fish bag. Maybe I don't know. I must now away. Have a nice day, all. It's probably perfect timing because we need to run ads. And then we'll probably come back. We'll do one more puzzle because that one took me a while. And then we'll call it a day after one more puzzle. But, so friends, if you need a stand-up stretch, etc., maybe a cat about to go to sleep, but Squeak Ross loves Squeak Ross. Love me some Squeak Ross. I was on the Steam page for Squeak Ross. They used my streams. But we had to run ads, so apologies. But maybe a cat's good to see you. I hope you've been well. But we will be RB, friends. We'll be back after 3 minutes. But BRB.
Take this pause to rejuvenate, stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
They are the deadliest creatures on Earth. They can attack without warning. And they've just been unleashed 30,000 feet in the air.
Rick? Rick!
So, you know all those security scenarios that we ran? Well, I'm smack in the middle of one that we didn't really think of.
Can anybody hear me?
Let's go!
Blah. What are you doing in here? Shh.
Did you guys hear that?
Wanna be friends?
Enough is enough. I've had it with these mother flippin' jets on this mother floppin' plane. Everyone strap in. We're about to open some flappin' windows.
Welcome back from ads, everybody. Let's see. I was following it for ages, was hyped for the release. Yeah, big fan. I think it's such an excellent Picross game too. Like, it's probably, in my opinion, one of the best, features-wise, and probably, like, a great place for anybody who's never played a Picross game, I think. Judge, you asked earlier about the night owl thing. It is almost 11 p.m. here, and I am now finally wide awake and ready to be productive and start the day when I should be winding down. Yeah, that is me. I feel like I don't fully wake up until, like, night, almost. But I just watched. So that was my announcement video from yesterday that I've purchased my tickets for my Australia trip. So I'll be going. Our last stream before my trip is going to be, or at least the celebration stream. There is maybe a small chance that I do like a very quick stream another day. But we're going to have a celebration stream on Friday, October 10th. It'll be kind of like a send-off / whatever, but I see you're going in order. I've been jumping. Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of suspend. Yeah, I kind of went like, to be fair, I actually did a bunch of the normal pages first and then was like, okay, let me go back. And now I'm like, all right, let me actually take my time and unlock things one by one. But yeah, I've been going in numerical order for the most part. But yeah, right now I'm on the alternate colors of page 13. It was very funny to, like, at some point, because each page, for people who don't know, each page was locked behind. You had to complete a certain amount of puzzles beforehand, before you could unlock, like, the next one. At some point, because I started doing both versions of each page, at some point I just, like, clicked over here and it, like, took forever, but it unlocked all of the pages along the way, and I was like, excellent. I don't know if I'm playing it like most people do, but I do love me some Picross. How long have you been playing Picross? I got into it in, like, 2020. And so for those who don't know, you look for the overlap. And what a lovely thing to have. Oh, music. What a lovely thing to have a large number on one of the edges. Because then we can fill out so many more. Whoops. I can't count. Ignore me. Anyway, maybe I'll get that fish bag. I'm tempted to. I think also I mean, I just also love Japanese stuff, so like, of course I would. Does this math? It does math. Okay. we go. It's 1. There's our 6. Oh, look at that. 2. Do it. I might message him and be like, I live in Alaska. Would you be willing to ship that up to Alaska? I had a Pokemon Picross on my 3DS when I was younger, but I didn't really know how to do it. Started playing Mario Picross on my Switch and have been enjoying it. Oh, that's so fun. You only live once, enjoy it. Maybe I will. I'll message the guy and ask if how much and if he would ship up to Alaska. I honestly don't know if I had ever seen Picross before 2020. But I was watching one of my favorite bigger streamers, Dex Bonus, and she was playing that one Picross game with the robot and the police detective. Murder by Numbers. She was playing Murder by Numbers, and I was like, I was kind of mesmerized by it and was like, what is this? And what I loved is she would explain. Is that 7? Yes. She would explain kind of how to play it at the beginning of every stream that she would do. Or if people asked. And I just always thought that was really cool. And so then I ended up downloading a really cheap Picross app and started playing while watching her to kind of like learn some of the strats and stuff. And yeah, and then I fell in love with it. I ended up getting Murder by Numbers and then not really liking it because it's like part Picross game, part visual novel. And there were so many times where I was like, I just want to do a puzzle right now, but it's like locked me into doing the visual novel stuff. And the visual novel stuff is like so linear, and there's like you like make choices and dialogue, but it doesn't really like change anything, doesn't really affect anything. So I was kind of just like, at some point I stopped. I was like, I'm gonna get another Picross game, which I ended up doing. But it's not bad if you're somebody who's like, I want to play a visual novel, but also want to play some Picross. But just know that it's very heavy on the visual novel side of things. But yeah, this game is super friendly to newcomers. Teaches you all the tips and tricks. Yeah, 100%. What was cool was, so I played the demo, or like a preview build of it, I think. And the devs actually came in, and I was like in the middle of explaining overlaps, and I was like, I don't know if this makes sense to, like, the way I was explaining it, I was like, I don't know if this makes sense to other people, but like this is how I see it, like this is how I do it. And they were like, we're gonna add that to the like the tutorial tips and whatever, because that could be helpful. So I was like, that's amazing. So yeah, they're very nice. I've messaged with them a few times because of like they had me on their Steam page, and they seem very nice and very open to like feedback and stuff. They've put so much work into this game too. Like I feel like a lot of Picross games are also one that's like they release it and then that's kind of it. Like maybe if there's like a major bug, they'll like, you can't complete a level, or there's something is crashing, they'll fix it. But like not too long ago, they added some like additional quality of life features and some other stuff. So like they've put in a lot. I think it's just 2 people. But they have put in so much work into the game that it's like, I don't know. It's part of the reason why I'm like, I love indie games. I love that, you know, You can tell that they really are passionate about making a good game. And it is also, I would say, like, Picross is something that as a genre has not really evolved very much for no reason. Especially when, like, there are other Picross games that over time have added additional features. Even things like being able to put temporary like fills is not something that every Picross game has. There are some that do. I believe like Murder by Numbers does have that as an option. But it's so interesting to me that there are other Picross games that have like come out after some of these quality of life features that you see in other games, and they don't add them. It's like, and I realize they're different companies, but like you would think that the genre would try to find ways to like keep making their, keep improving their games, but like the Jupiter series of games, I feel like they've kind of figured out their formula, and they haven't they'll try to create different modes, where maybe it's like, okay, it's technically like one super huge one, and it's like fours or the color ones, but like basic quality of life features that they could bring into their series, they don't. And there's still some that like don't have counting, because you can also you can hold the C button. It'll count how many you like move. This one also, like, as you're making things, it'll count for you too, which is nice. I think you could turn that off if you don't want that. But this also has an undo and redo button. Like, they've put so much work into this game beyond what I think what I've seen most Picross games do. There are some exceptions, but like it's so interesting to me that they're like long-lasting nonogram series, but there's very little difference between the first game they released and the last game that they've released, besides that the puzzles are changed. And maybe like there's some different mode or something. But anyway, big fan of these devs and what they've done. What a neat experience. Yeah, I love it anytime any dev comes into like a game that they've made. I'm always very excited to have them. A lot of Picross games just have you make a random squibble, but they make you make a picture here, which is yes, I also agree. It is also like, I will say, I like that here it's not so, I mean, they tell you what you're going to make, right? Like in the menu they say it's a table or whatever, but you never quite know if it's like what the orientation of the object is going to be. And usually it's like the first time you do it, like the first way, it's more straightforward. And then when you do the, color versions, it's like flipped, or like, you're seeing it at a different angle, which is very cool. There was another nonogram game that I played that was decent, but as I was playing it, I played on stream for a little bit, and I think Sassy asked if I would recommend it for a new player, and as I thought about it, I was like, not really, and that was for some other reasons. But one of the things I didn't like about this other game was that the picture was always the most obvious like representation of that object. And this one, you're walking around and you can kind of figure out what item it's going to be, just by context of the scene and whatever. It's like a faux RPG, where you walk around a 2D space, and based on the story, you can kind of figure out, okay, this is going to be an axe, or this is like, this thing is found in a log, and the log looks like it's split. It's probably an axe. But the way that they would do like every solution would be like, let's say this 5x5 here is your playing field. It would be like, it's an axe or whatever. I mean, that is terrible. But like, maybe if it was like, I don't know. Anyway, it would be like, it would be the most obvious. Like, they wouldn't do anything to try to make it difficult. There were a few that I would figure out purely because I knew what the image was. And I was like, I bet I can get this right without doing the numbers. Like, I can... they also did... I thought this was kind of cheap. They would sometimes have, like... It's a big object, so it's going to take you 4 puzzles to make it manifest. But what they would do is... like, for example, there was a lighthouse was one of the objects that you had to solve. And it was split into 4 puzzles. And the way... Like, 4 separate puzzles. But the way it would work is... Like... The first puzzle is like the top left of the lighthouse. Well, then puzzle 2 is the exact same solution, just flipped. And they would do that multiple times, and I was like, that's not like, it's not very fun. Like, because part of me is like, even though I know I shouldn't necessarily be guessing, because you don't have to guess with, Picross. Part of me was like, internally, I know there is a faster way to solve this. Like, I know that I don't have to solve it using the actual, like, nonograms. So a part of me just wants to skip the thing. So anyway, I dropped that game after a while, but... If you can get your hands on Mario Picross, it's a good Picross game, though there's no way to log possible spaces and only 3 music choices. I think, I feel like it was Mario Picross on the Nintendo Online for like, was it a regular Nintendo game originally? I can't remember, but maybe, yeah, I should be able to, even if like a ROM. At least put a sun or a bird or something. Yeah, at least like add some creative license to make it. I don't mind the Jupiter games because it was kind of funny because they would be like, the way their solutions work is like you're putting in squares and they're all uniform in color, but then when the thing was revealed, it would be in color, and then you would be like, okay, I would never be able to guess that's what it was. Because you've added depth and you've added depth to it using different colors in the solution, but like, whereas it just looks like a bunch of blocks for me. But like so that was kind of fun in its own way, because I remember when we would play the Jupiter Picross games, I would always make everyone guess what it is before putting the last square. And then we would laugh at like, okay, none of us would have gotten that correct. Like, there's no way anyone would be able to guess that. But this is like, I like the way that they do this, even though they tell you what it is, which I think is fine. I like that the solution is never really just like super obvious every time. It's there's some that are easier, which are great, but there's a bunch where they just like, just tilt the item a bit, so now it's not quite as easy. Like what we're building here, I do have a feeling I feel like there's going to be a bunch of empty spaces here, because it's we've done this one before, and it's a neck piece for him. So I feel like that's what we're going for here, but anyway, but it's also like mostly a solid object, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that's what because I do remember trying that on the Nintendo Online, and I do remember it was in Japanese. That's right. But yeah, maybe I can find like a translation. I've heard there's like a Zelda one that released in Japan that's apparently pretty good. That was also maybe on the DS or 3DS. I've been playing Nonograms Online for a while. I don't have any game ones yet. I highly recommend this one. It is on the Switch. Highly recommend this one. This is so good. Can't remember what I was doing. I don't think there's any overlap here. No, there won't be. Oops. Is this... and then 2 and 1. Nice, okay. I could have mathed this. Whoops. Could have mathed this. I need to get a new mouse. Oops. There we go. But that adds up to 15. What's this one here? This one surely will have overlap. Yep. 1, 2, X, 1, 2. That will be up to there. X, 1, 2. Okay. This is the 4. This is going to be part of the 5. This looks like that's the 4. This has to be a 1. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. I got confused. This will be the 3. This is going to be the 4. We can do 4 there. This is the 5 on this column. I mean, row. I always say the opposite of what I mean. I always end up saying row for column and column for row. I'm sure that is not confusing to new players who I'm like explaining this aloud. That's the 4. Oh, 15. Lol. I think that's what, when we were talking, I think that's what I was like, oh, I should fill that out, and then I completely forgot. 1, 5, 4. There's the 3. I think you guys have convinced me to get the bag. I'm tempted. Oops, that's not 7. There we go. 7. Yay! It could be fun. I'll message them. He does. He's got a little half-eaten apple, a little seed. He's got a little surgery collar thing on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That is a 2. That's okay. We can mark that 2. The cone of shame. Yeah, that's what it is. He's got the cone of shame. Okay. Oh, there's the 1 there. There's only 1 space for it. 1 goes here. That is a 2. Five, X4. We can all fit in here. Ugh. Sloppy with the mouse. Apologies. That has to be the 1. No, that is a lie. I lied. Now it has to be the 1. Wait. What am I looking at? There we go. I made a mistake. I've put something... What have I done? Undo. Undo. There we go. This is what I meant to do. There we go. See, aren't we glad they added an undo button? I'd have been so confused. That is 7. Five. 3. 2, 3, 3. That's the 2. That's the 4. Where are we? Okay. The 1 goes here. 1 goes there. See, look, it's gonna be like, oh, actually, it was a little bit different than I thought it was. But you see, it was like slightly at an angle, which is again just a little thing. Just a little thing, but it helps. I think it's, you know, makes each puzzle a little bit more unique. So yeah, that took me less time, but one more. Maybe how big is it? 15 by 15. Let's see how fast this one will be. 2, 9. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, X, 1, 2, X, 1, 2, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do as many of these. Okay, the 2s won't overlap. 1, 2, X, 1, 2, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 8, I think we'll only get there. Listen. Is there 1x? 1x, 1x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll take it. 4 and 5 won't overlap. One X, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, okay. 1x, 1, 2. 1x, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Nope. Okay. Oh, actually, I wonder if this row. 1x, 1, 2, x, 1, 2, x, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take it. We take those. What do we have here? 3. Okay, this belongs to the 4. We don't know much else. This could be the 4 or 5 at this point. Oh, I didn't do any of the lines vertically. 1, 1. So 1x, 1, x, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be all of them except for that one. 5, 2, 2, 1, 2, x, 1, 2, x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we already have that. Oops. 1, 2, x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 6, 1, 1, 1x, 1x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 1, 1, x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put those there. 2, 7. 1 would be here. So 1x, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, did I do that right? 1x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I don't think there's... I don't think any of the other columns... Well, how far does this go? Nah. All right. Two. That could be the 4. This is a 2. We just don't know which 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can mark that. There's going to be one there. Some ones in here. This is a 2. Whoop, this is a 2. Three, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a 2, 2. Look at us go. This is going to be a part of that 5. We can put something there. This will be a 1. I want to say that's probably the 4, but I want guess. What else am I missing? I wonder if that's 4x2. But it could be 2x1, so we don't know. 5. 5, 6. We were on such a roll. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that means we can put an X here. We can at least put this here. Because it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it goes a little bit that way. But that one will always be. If that's the 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can put X's here because it won't be able to reach that far. 3. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll leave 2 on either side. I assume that is because if this is the 2, then this has to be the 5. So this is the 4, and this is a 2 here, so we're going to put that there. We can put some extra X's here. That goes there. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 7, 3. We can put 1 there. That's a 4. 1. That finishes the 8 for us. We probably could have gotten there earlier, but I just realized that just now. 1. Here's that 4. This is the 4. 2. Gotta remember to put X's down. 5. I really like this song. I wish I could figure out where this sample was taken from. I want to know what's like... It seems like it's from like a movie, like a Japanese movie or TV show or something. It sounds very serious, and I wish I knew... Wait. Oops. What did I just do? Undo. That is a 1. That's what I meant to do. Yes. Wait a minute. What have I done? Yes, there we go. My brain's not working. That's 4, 3. It could be from like an anime, I guess, but it sounds different. Like, it doesn't sound like a very like anime-ish voice. But it's, I would guess it's like from a movie, maybe. Is this 9? Yes, it is. Okay, we're almost there. 2. 2. 4. Almost there. And done. How fast was that? See? 11 minutes. Nice. Oh, we got a new sticker. Is that poop? Is this to be a poop pellet? Nice. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and stop there. Friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. While my brain didn't work. Appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Magical. Have a good night. Let me give a few thank yous real fast. GG. I hope you have a good night. Sassy, thank you so much for the 50 months resub. Wild. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Yemet, thank you for the 160 stream streak. And Emmers for the 150 stream streak. Thank you all for being here and hanging out with me. Very much appreciate it. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to start a little bit earlier. Yeah, that is the plan. We'll kind of see how things go. But yeah, so it should be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll be back with the root trees are dead, assuming my brain is functional. But friends, that is it for us today. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for hanging. I very much appreciate you all. That's it. You can join the Discord if you are not in it. And that's it. So I hope you have a good one. Have a good night or great start to your day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.